The title of my project is called Healthy Eating, Healthy Living, and I have a quick video to show you guys the importance of nutrition and how it relates to obesity.
Many health problems are related to poor nutrition and have significant effects on the digestive system. Most of these health problems can be linked to the long-term consumption of sugary and fatty foods, increasing our risk of being overweight or obese. This risk starts before we are even born. When pregnant women consume unhealthy foods containing excess amounts of sugar and fat, they are more likely to have overweight children and develop associated health problems. A good start to nutrition for a baby is providing them with breast milk. This provides the best source of nutrients and reduces the risk of infection, digestive diseases, and obesity. Babies fed on high-protein formula milk are more likely to suffer childhood obesity and are at an increased risk of adult obesity too. Young children who get the right nutrition are 10% more likely to overcome life-threatening diseases, become healthier adults, and have healthier families. Childhood obesity is rising at an alarming rate, increasing by almost 40% in the last 25 years. If current trends continue, there will be approximately 70 million obese children worldwide by 2025. More worryingly, weight problems can be passed from generation to generation through our DNA, creating potential major health problems for future generations. So, healthy nutrition in the first 1,000 days of life, including breast milk and foods low in sugar, will help protect you, your children, and future generations from digestive and other health disorders.
As one can see, not only is the United States having this problem, but so is Europe. So I think it's really important that we understand that, children are learning from a very young age, and we should try to um, implement something healthy, when they're young. So, Healthy Eating, Healthy Living is a program, and it's going to be offered in schools around San Diego County. It's going to provide healthy breakfast and lunch options for children, and we also want to involve parents. We want to give them nutrition classes at least once a month so that they can implement to their children, the importance of nutrition and living a healthy lifestyle. By working with children during school and involving their parents, I think our program will be more effective because, you know, children spend most of their time with their parents when they're not in school. And school is, a unique way to provide students with opportunities so that they can learn and practice healthy eating behaviors. So, childhood obesity is defined as a serious medical condition that affects children. A child is usually considered obese if they are above the normal weight for their age and height, and this is actually measured by your BMI, which stands for body mass index. If it is between 25 to 29.9, you are considered overweight. If it is over 30, you are considered obese. Those who are obese, um, in childhood tend to become obese as adults, and this is more prevalent if one or both parents are also obese. Obesity is starting to become so common that it is an epidemic in the United States. In San Diego County alone, 1 out of 4 students in the state of California are considered overweight, and about 32% of high school students in the city of San Marcos are also considered overweight or obese. But the benefit is that obesity can be prevented. And many times schools focus on academic performance rather than children living healthier lifestyles. And this is why I came up with this nutrition program. According to statistics, if you are obese as a child, most likely you will be obese as an adult, and this can lead to many cardiovascular disease, some kind of cancers, and diabetes. Early obesity also has negative impacts growing up. In adolescence, it is associated with negative social, emotional, and academic outcomes. Obesity rates also are different within race. With African American and Latino children, it is usually higher than the general population. and this is most likely due to inequalities in health. In 2013, 17% of US children were considered obese, and this is actually rising compared to um, in the 50s and 60s. And one of the main reasons is diets that are high in calories. Um, Also, a combination of living a sedentary lifestyle, and this is usually caused with technology. You know, it's so much easier to stay at home, Netflix, be on your phones, be on your iPads. And this is usually established at a young age, which is why the age group that I'm trying for the program is elementary school kids. Most of children's diets are from empty calories that usually are added sugars and solids fats, and that contributes to 40% of daily calories for children. So, this is something that's every day. And a poor diet usually leads to energy imbalances, and that can increase the risk of being overweight or becoming obese. So, most children currently do not meet the fruit and vegetable recommendations, and this is what our program is going to target. Our mission is to inculcate nutrition knowledge and provide nutritious food that will promote a healthier lifestyle in children of San Diego County. Our goals are to offer children ages 5 to 11 healthy breakfast and lunch options during school hours, and to change the health knowledge and attitude of the parents. The three theories I chose was Bandura's social cultural theory, which states that if children learn from their parents, then our program will also involve teaching the parents nutritional information. The cumulative disadvantage theory, so if our program is completely free, then those who do not have the resources to afford nutritious food will also be participants, and Bronfenbrenner's bioecological theory, which states that if parents change their knowledge about nutrition, then their behavior will change to live a healthier lifestyle. Our program will be 5 steps, which I will go into more detail with the coming up slides. Step 1 is screening. We want to target a specific group, which is those who are considered low income students. Participants will get measured for their BMI during PE class so we can get some results at the end of the program. Parents, we want them to be involved. We want to make out an invitation so they can participate in our nutrition classes. Get sent letters home, make sure parents sign up, determine the number of participants as well. Step 2 is assessment. We want to assess health, quality of life, behavior, and environment. You know, we want children to have healthier lifestyles, and I know there are many factors that take into place, but this program is going to focus on nutrition and the involvement of the parents. We want to determine how much knowledge they have and their needs, what they want to learn. Step 3 is the nutrition plan. We want many professionals and nutritionists that can create healthy breakfast and lunch options so that they can partake in several schools in San Diego County. We also want to come up with many different types of lessons for the parents that can include cooking classes, how to shop at the grocery store, what they should feed their children, how to add physical activity to their day and still make it fun. Also, we want to offer a salad bar at school, um, add more fruits and vegetables, less sugary drinks. We don't want just a regular lunch like they have in many schools now. We want something that is nutritious and healthy for the kids. Step 4 is put that nutrition plan in service. With the help of many grants and donors, our nutrition plan will take effect. We're going to be adding as much fruits and vegetables as we can, and we're going to be cutting out anything that's sugary, fat, like pizza, desserts, everything. Our last step is our evaluation. So we will conduct surveys to see how much knowledge the parents have gained, and children will also have their BMI measurements again. And hopefully this will make us see if our program was actually successful, and maybe hopefully have them in all the schools of San Diego County. Because our target is low income students, we do want to make this completely free. And the only way we can do this is through grants and private donors. And for a nutrition plan, we can always talk to local grocery stores for donations. We can also do fundraising, and we definitely need a good project budget so that we have enough money for everything. Bandura's social cognitive theory states that people learn from one another, which is where our program is going to involve parents. Children learn through observation, imitation, and modeling. So this encompasses attention, memory, and motivation. What does this mean? That if a parent is obese or overweight, most likely that their children will be obese or overweight due to the same eating habits. So Bandura's theory emphasizes personal factors, environmental factors that cause a certain behavior, which in this case it's eating unhealthy. And they all go back and forth as you can see in the triangle with the arrows. One of the articles I found was based on Bandura's social cognitive theory, and it was a kindergarten intervention which talked a lot how children learn from their parents. This was a 1 year intervention program that focused on increasing physical activity, reducing screen media use, sugary drinks, and an increased fruit and vegetable intake. And it specifically targeted kindergarten children because an unhealthy diet always starts at a very young age. The next theory is the cumulative disadvantage theory, which states that inequality develops over the life course. Socioeconomic disadvantages accumulate in shaping health inequality. And I really like this picture because it, as you can see, the biggest circle is lack of quality of early childhood education programs. So I think this would be of great benefit to have a nutrition program in those that are in low socioeconomic status. And if you go up the circles, you can see that inaccessibility of healthcare is one of the disadvantages. So if you have poor nutrition, you're not going to have good healthcare either. So it's better to start at an early young age, so we can try to change that a bit. The second article talks about long-term consequences of obesity, and it focuses on the risk factors that accumulate over the life course. So early disadvantages lead to risk in health, wealth, and the well-being of a person. Um, Early disadvantage factors are income and status attainment. So health, resources in childhood and early adulthood are increasingly seen as shaping health in later life, which is why our program is for children. Bronfenbrenner's ecological theory divides the environment into 5 different levels. So the 5 levels are microsystem, mesosystem, exosystem, macrosystem, and chronosystem. So microsystem is the most influential because they tend to see the individual every single day. And this includes family and school, which is what our program is involving. We want to involve our parents as much as possible because we want them to set good examples with their eating habits. This was probably my favorite article that I found because it talked that as childhood obesity rose, so did maternal employment, which I would never think they would relate to one another. So, due to the economy, it is very common that there is more than one working parent in the household. This means that there's not enough time for the child to be setting good examples. Um, Time management and their resources are very constrained. So, parents' management of children's nutrition and activity and the socio emotional components of eating are usually interrupted when the parents are working. An example of this could be that it is more convenient to go get dinner at a fast food place because parent is working, there's time issues. So it was really interesting to see how these two can correlate, which makes sense because 30 years ago, obesity wasn't as such a big problem, and back then it was less common for moms to be working. I interviewed my aunt. She has a master's in education and is currently the principal of a kindergarten and elementary school in Mexico. I actually posted a picture of her. She's the one right in the middle in red, and this is actually all her staff. Um, she said that many children in her school go to school without eating breakfast, and they actually have the option to eat breakfast at the school, but you do have to pay. She said that it's a great program, but a lot of them cannot afford it. And here are the interview questions and answers that I asked her, which many of them were just, what do you think about nutrition? What about physical activity? What do you see things in school, in your school, that could change? What kind of children go to your school? Stuff like that. And these are all my references. Thank you for watching.